We are back with some more legacy franchise. It has been a very, very long time since I've uploaded. Some of you probably know what happened, a lot of you probably don't. For starters, if you play any online franchise, then you definitely know what's happening. Almost every single online league froze about probably a little over a week ago. Just everything froze. You weren't able to get into your leagues. And then they apparently came out with a patch to fix it. We had a couple games get played. There was like an hour window where everything was fine, and then everything crashed again. Didn't work anymore. And then EA made that big tweet that kind of went like semi-viral, and everyone was roasting them because they said they think only about 40% of leagues are going to be saved. The rest is just into the oblivion, gone. They also said if you played in the small window the leagues were up, then your league is highly at risk of not being recovered. And we had, I think, 3 games in the Legacy League played during that time. So it still hasn't come back. As of this recording, our league still hasn't come back, and we're acting as that league is now gone and forever got forgotten. So everything you saw is just wiped. We have to restart clean. Unfortunately, we can't match the records we have because we were in Season 2. When you restart the league, you're in Season 1, so the schedules are completely different. So what we're going to do is, as you see, we're in preseason now. We're still trying to get the edits down. It might take a couple more days to get everything situated. But I wanted to give you guys a video because it's been a while to just update you what's happening. But what we're going to do is match the real-life NFL records. So we're going to sim all the way to the last regular season game, match everything. I know there's been a couple ties here and there, so those games will be just fair sims. We know we'll leave it up to EA, but every loss and win will be counted towards real life. So like the Texans, we have 2 wins. So I will be 2-14, 50, whatever the hell they are. That will be my record playing the last regular season game. That's just the fairest way to do it because we don't have the exact schedule. If we were still in Season 1 when the league crashed, we could match every single record and get it back to where we were. But because we were in Season 2, we have a different schedule, so we can't match all the records. So unfortunately, we do not have the playoffs around the corner for us. We do have the number 1 overall pick, so I guess that's a plus. But we don't have the playoffs for us personally, so that's what's going to be happening in the next couple of days, is trying to match the real-life NFL records. A couple things we're trying to do as well. We can't match every single rating because it's already a shitload of work to get this all figured out. So what we're doing is we had every single user is bringing back 2 drafted players that they drafted. So for me personally, I brought back Emmett Walters and I brought back George Rose. Those are the 2 drafted players that I have, so they will be on my team throughout the Sims here. Obviously, we already know we're only going to win 2 games, so hopefully that doesn't ruin Emmett Walters' confidence and stuff, because he had a decent rookie year when we were playing, but since now we have to get the updated records for real life to just kind of skim through the season here. Emmett Walters might have a shitty season. We'll have to find out, but, it is what it is. And then we were allowed to match. Oh, by the way, before I forget, every single dev was already matched. So, like, Damian Pierce got a superstar for me in the old league. He's already superstar in this league. So every single dev will be matched like the old league. And then we got to choose 5 players to match on overall, just because, like I said, if we did everyone, that would take forever. So my 5 players, see, here's Emmett Walters. He has a different face, so I just for some reason couldn't find the face that he had. So there he is, Emmett Walters. We have Kenyon Green was one of the players we chose to match, so he's now at 81. He was at 69 in the restart, so I was like, I gotta bump this guy back up. Remember, 81 overall in the old league, so when we do the restart and we have the real-life rosters, he was at 69 overall, so I was like, we got to get that up. And the other offensive one was Brandon Cooks. He was at 83. In the old league, he was at 87, so bumped him up to an 87. Luckily, Damian Pierce was at 83 in the old league, 83 here, so I didn't have to do that. Tunzel was a 92 in the old league, 91 here, so I didn't really have to mess with that. Brevin Jordan kind of sucks now, so I don't even know if he'll be my starting tight end. I have OJ there at the moment. Mechie's back on the team because we're not forcing trades. You have to agree to recreate the trade, and we've had some users just kind of sit out this Madden after they're, some are just taking time off and just not wanting to deal with the shenanigans. I don't blame them. So we have a couple new users here and there. Some people switch teams to try to spice it up a bit for the rest of this Madden. But trades are not being forced. So that means we have no Tariq Woolen because he's a beast now. Okay, he's like an 80 overall in Madden. So the Tariq Woolen for Nico Collins trade is not happening. So I have no more Tariq. And John Mechie's back on the team. Don't know if I'll keep him. Don't really know what I'm going to do there. But that's pretty much it for the offense. On the defense, I chose 3 players to match. Jalen Petrie was one of them. Got him back up to an 82 overall. The next one was, I didn't even mean to hit A there. The next one, Christian Harris, got him to an 80. He was a 69 overall, I believe. So I had to get Christian back up. As you see, I got George Rose back, and I found his face. So the exact face for George Rose. And Derek Stingley was the last player we matched. He was like a 77, bumped him up to an 83, and that will be that. So we got our 2 drafted players. It was George Rose and Emmett Walters. I did think about for a split second to bring back one of my receivers, but decided not to. George Rose and Emmett Walters as the quarterback. But like I said, these edits take a long time. We have to go through every team, make sure the devs are good, make sure the abilities match the old league. We have to make sure the new drafted players are edited to perfection, their height, their weight, everything. We have to make sure the traits are good. We have to make sure all of our speeds and everything is good. No one's, trying to pull a fast one and cheese people. So it takes time. We're just starting the editing process. So I think we started as of this recording a couple days ago. So it'll probably take another day or 2 to figure it out. And then we'll force win, force loss everyone correctly to match real life records. So the next episode you will see is me taking on my final regular season game where we play the Titans, I think, or no, we don't play the Titans. We play the Jags, man. I don't know. I have no idea who we play at the last regular season game, but we'll play that game and hopefully end it with a win and get 3 wins on the year. Like I said, that's the only good thing about this is we get the number 1 overall pick, which is nice. Another thing that's usually different that we don't usually do, just trying to spice it up and have fun with it and try to, correct this nonsense that EA has done, is we are doing a custom draft class. So the real life prospects in 2023 are going to be in our first draft. So guys like Jalen Carter, those guys, Will Anderson, CJ Stroud, all those guys, Bryce Young, are going to be in this draft class. We're using, you guys probably heard the YouTuber Bengal. We're using his draft class because that's pretty much the best one for that. The reason we don't really do it is because everyone can just download the draft class in an offline league and see their exact overalls, ratings, everything, dev. So that's why we don't like doing it that way, because then everyone, what's the point of scouting if you can just go take pictures of your overalls and stuff and, just see exactly who you want. But we're just trying to spice it up, have fun with it. So the first draft class will be the real life rookies 2023, and then the next draft class, if the league doesn't break again and we get to a second draft, it'll be randomly generated players then. But like I said, just bear with us. We just have to go through every single team, make sure everything's good. Just a quick recap, so if you forgot anything. Matching the real life records. 2 drafted players brought back per team. So like I said, Emmett Walters, George Rose, and 5 overall matches, which you saw the 5. It was Kenyon Green, Brandon Cooks, Jalen Petrie, Derek Stingley, and Christian Harris. Got those matched. And every single dev matched as well. So it's going to be kind of a weird offseason because we have 2 very high drafted players on our team that are very good. And then we get to draft a bunch of new rookies and go through another offseason. So it's going to be really weird. But like I said, the next video will be updating you guys. People I re-signed, probably dev ups if we got any dev increases during the sim, and just kind of getting things set up for that week 18. I'm sorry there hasn't been a video for a while. It's just been chaos ever since franchise went down. But it is what it is. We got the new league created. We're trying to match everything as quickly as possible. So in the next couple days, I will have another video with that week 18 game. If you have any questions, I know it's very confusing, just leave a comment. I will answer your questions about what we're doing in the restart and all that stuff. But with give it a week and we should be back in some action. Hope to see you guys then.